Hey guys, it's Andrea from AndreaVagey.com, and today I want to share with you the changes I made to my Etsy shop that helped me double my orders from 2019 to 2020. So 2020 was a year of growth in my Etsy shop. I more than doubled my orders from 2019. This was the year that I was really bound and determined, and I had a lot of time at home due to quarantine, and so I was able to focus on some of the stuff that I had neglected in my Etsy shop, and it really made a big difference. So I kind of wanted to walk you guys through everything that I did in 2020 that I believe had a massive impact on my sales. Some of these things I'm not sure how big of an impact they had, just because Etsy stats aren't as trackable as I wish they were, but I'm just basically using this as a way to tell you all of the things I did to my Etsy shop in 2020 that kind of in aggregate made a massive difference on my orders. So every year I do quarterly planning. I learned how to quarterly plan from an educator named Kat Schmoyer. I'll link her website below and maybe some of the stuff that she has on quarterly planning. It really changed the way that I goal set in my business. So anyways, at the beginning of 2020, I had made my quarterly plan to revamp my SEO in Q2. I did follow through on that, which I was really proud of because sometimes I'm not the best at doing that. And I think that's mainly because I had a lot of time in quarantine, but I believe that revamping my SEO had a massive impact on my Etsy shop. So what this meant is I have around 40 listings. I kind of refined those into the ones that are high profit and really like best-selling listings. And I probably weeded out about 10 of those listings. So I was at 50, now I'm at 40. And what that meant for me when I revamped my SEO was I was sitting down with every listing in a Google Doc and an Etsy search tab open and running through and working on keywords for every single listing. So keywords are super important. They are not exciting at all, which is why this project was so tedious. And unfortunately, none of my listings are similar. So all of them have very different keywords. So it was a very tedious task, but it was totally worth it. I revamped my titles. I used all 140 characters, which I had not done in the past. I redid my tags to make sure that they were really well-performing tag words were on my listings. I rewrote all of my descriptions to like include keywords in the first two sentences. I was a keyword freak in Q2, and I believe totally paid off. I think that this was one of the biggest changes I made to my Etsy shop in 2020 that caused just like a skyrocket in sales. The next thing I did during this kind of SEO frenzy phase that I was in during my Q2 was I updated my shipping times. So I noticed that Etsy was giving a lot of merit to items that were shipped quickly and items that were shipped on time. And so I figured that there was a few items in my shop that I had a shipping time that was like inaccurate. I had blankets set it to where it was 1 to 2 weeks for all of my items, but there were a few items that we have and a few really well-selling items that we were able to ship way faster than that. So I went in and individually updated the listings to reflect an accurate shipping time. I believe this helped a ton, especially because like right after I did it, the listings with the faster shipping times started to spike. And so that was really exciting to me to see that sort of change immediately. And that's something that I highly recommend to people who have a shop like mine, where you have a lot of different kinds of items and you're able to ship some sooner than others, because like we have stock issues and sometimes we have to order and get it in, and that causes a longer shipping time, but some stuff we keep in stock, and so that stuff we can ship almost immediately. And really going into the listings and setting them to be the most accurate as possible helped my sales a ton. Also, for me, it was a red flag whenever Etsy, like if you would print a label and it'd say this item might arrive late, that's like a flag to me that tells me that Etsy does not want you to ship your items late. And so even if you have to update it to be longer, I recommend that it's accurate and you're shipping on time or early than shipping late. The third thing I did in 2020, and I'm not sure that it made a massive impact or not, it's kind of hard to track, but I did keep doing it, I have kept doing it, is I run Etsy ads. So we kept our budget very low. I think we're at like $4 to $5 a day. So not high at all. It was just something I wanted to experiment with. It worked really well for some listings. It didn't work as well for other listings. That's something that we're kind of tweaking as we go. I also wonder if it just revamps like your whole shop's SEO. I don't know if that's true or not. So don't quote me on that, but it is something that I did try in 2020. It's a change that I made and I wanted to share it with you guys. Maybe one day I'll go in and like really deep dive into the statistics of that just to see if there's any data that I can get that makes it to where I know whether or not that was worth it. But for right now, that was a change that I made in 2020, and I wanted to let you guys know that I did start running Etsy ads. We started very small, and that could have very easily contributed to all of the skyrocketing in sales that we had. The fourth thing I did in 2020 is I started offering a lower price point item that was able to ship very fast. My intention was not to revamp my SEO. This was just a product that I was really excited to offer, and so I did, and it happened to be a product that was a low price point. But after I like launched it and they started selling really well, I started to think like, oh, this kind of makes sense. One, it's way easier to sell an $8 product than it is to sell a $40 product. $8 for people is almost the point where you just don't even think about it. That's like the pack of gum in the Target line. Like, you're like, yeah, sure, I'll tack that on, whatever. Two, I think that shipping them on time and shipping them quickly gave my whole shop a boost in SEO. I don't actually know if that's accurate. Etsy isn't like super public about what helps and hurts your overall shop SEO placement in the algorithm, but I know that shipping items quickly does help, and so that was an item that I was able to ship next day, and it was an easily sold item. So that is something that I did in 2020 that I'm really happy with, and I think made a massive difference for my shop. One other thing that I was able to do with that lower priced item was bundle it with other products. So we have a few bestsellers that this item kind of goes with, and so instead of selling them both separately, we bundled them together. You saved about $3, and we made a whole new listing as a way to sort of sell more. And that was really cool. We've sold a lot of those, and I'm really happy with how that has turned out. And I think that that has made a big difference in revenue and orders for my shop. The fifth and final change I made to my Etsy shop in 2020 was I started A/B testing thumbnails on my listings. So this is something that I was really excited to do because I don't know if anyone knows this, I came from wedding photography, so I love to photograph things. I have a lot of content for my items, and I was always struggling to choose a thumbnail photo. So I figured what I could do is A/B test which thumbnail worked better for each listing. So all I did to do that was took some of my listings where I felt like I had two really good thumbnails that I couldn't pick from, copy the entire listing and just flip out the thumbnail. This helped me know which thumbnail performed better because everything about the two listings was the same except for that particular thumbnail. And so that was like really exciting to me to be able to kind of test that and see what kind of photos are working and all that sort of thing. Another way you could do this, and not with photos, is to do it with keywords. So if you are really trying to decide between two keywords, or maybe you're trying to decide between two sets of keywords, copy the listing, change only the keywords, and then see which one performs better. If they're both performing really well, there is no penalty on your Etsy shop to have a copied listing, so leave them both up. But that's a really good way to kind of gather information and just kind of test out your market and your audience. And I was really excited to be able to do that in 2020. I felt like I had the time because of quarantine, and I really was happy to do that. So those are the changes that I made to my Etsy shop in 2020. I'm so excited to be able to share those with you guys just because I feel like if you employ some of those strategies in your own shop, you will see massive results, just because my shop's not special, and so if it worked for me, it'll work for you guys. I just know it. So yeah, I hope that was really helpful for you. If you do try one of these things, please let me know how it goes in the comments. I hope that you guys see success with these tips in your Etsy shop. I also wanted to let you guys know that I have a resource for you. It's an Etsy shop scorecard. You can download it in the description below, and it's basically just like a checklist for setting up your shop, but it also works really well for seasoned shop owners, just to make sure that all of your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, and you have everything necessary in a fully filled out updated shop. So you can download that at the link below. If you guys are new around here, I share new videos every week on how to succeed on Etsy and how to turn your hobby into a profitable business online. If that's something you're interested in and want to hear more of, I really would love it if you subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week.